Spring Break 2026 has finally arrived at Lincoln Middle School. The hallways clear out and students get some necessary time away from the daily grind of early morning rehearsals and sectionals. But for brass and woodwind players, stepping away for a full week comes with a physical cost. The tiny facial muscles, your embouchure, start to lose their endurance after just a few days of inactivity, and the precise muscle memory required for complex rhythms begins to slip. This is musical atrophy. It is an invisible decay that quietly erodes a player's technical progress while they are at home resting. The challenge is figuring out how to actually enjoy a genuine vacation while still ensuring you walk back into the band room sounding sharper than when you left. To solve this problem, Mr. Koval designed a specific intervention, the Extra Credit April Soundtrack Challenge. Students who accept this challenge secure extra credit for their final grade, build out a highly personal musical vibe, and implement a structured routine to keep their technical chops intact. Rather than assigning a tedious packet of music theory worksheets, the challenge is structured as a dual-track mission, focusing on both creative exploration and targeted physical practice. Combining these two tracks takes a week normally defined by skill decay and turns it into a structured window for active, measured growth. The first half of this mission focuses heavily on inspiration, starting with My Spring Playlist section of the assignment sheet. The very first requirement is for the student to invent and write down a unique title for their personal soundtrack. From there, the student builds out the actual playlist by writing down any combination of specific songs, general moods, favorite artists, or concrete practice goals. The rule here is that these selections have to explicitly match the student's own personal spring break vibe. If their week is about resting and recovering, the list should reflect that tone. If it is highly energetic, the playlist needs to match that energy. Mr. Koval sets the tone for this right at the top of the page. By using this graphic of pastel, patterned Easter eggs, the assignment immediately signals a light, seasonal aesthetic, rather than a rigid, formal exam. Curating this specific vibe serves as a psychological tool. When a student isn't surrounded by their classmates and director, building a personalized playlist provides the self-directed motivation that is required to actually open their instrument case at home. Once that creative foundation is locked in, the assignment shifts to the second track, the strict mechanical work. The primary operational rule is absolute. To pass, the student must complete exactly 4 distinct practice sessions over the span of the break. This diagram shows the 3 mandatory pillars of those sessions. A practice period only counts if the student specifically works on tone production, rhythm accuracy, or physical technique. To prove this work actually happened, the assignment requires a strict tracking mechanism. For each of the 4 sessions, the student has to log 2 precise data points, the exact date the session occurred, and a written description detailing what they practiced. Forcing musicians to write down their specific actions acts as a firewall. It stops aimless playing and ensures every single session involves deliberate, measurable effort. Doing the creative curation and the technical practice still leaves one final step. The entire document is invalid without external verification. To finalize the contract, a parent or guardian must sign the bottom of the log, confirming that the 4 sessions took place. With a signature secured, students face an absolute non-negotiable deadline to return the paperwork. The completed form must be physically handed in to Mr. Koval during class on April 13th. The penalty for missing this window is spelled out clearly in the instructions. No late turn-ins for extra credit. This hard boundary demands that young musicians manage their own schedules just as strictly as they manage their intonation, teaching professional accountability alongside musical discipline. Successfully completing this challenge requires balancing 2 completely different mindsets, leaning into the creative curation of the playlist while submitting to the physical discipline of the practice lock. The extra credit points offer a nice short-term incentive, but the actual reward is independence. A student who finishes this packet proves they can maintain their own skills without a director standing in front of them with a baton. Enjoy the break. Rest up, build your soundtrack, and execute those 4 sessions. By April 13th, the Lincoln Middle School Band will be fully prepared to make incredible music.